Hi everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet a simple flower, but credits to my friend MK for teaching me how to do this. She taught herself how to do this, and I will be linking her TikTok in the comment section below. Alright, so what we're going to do is, if you've never crocheted before, what we're going to do is we're going to make the first loop. Before we do that though, what I'm going to be using is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook and yarn specifically made for, for 5.5 millimeters. And then so what we're going to do is we're going to make our loop. So what I do is I do this, and then you take the yarn like this, you pinch it through, and you should have like a slip knot. And then you should slip it to near the edge, but not completely. What you're going to do is you're going to put your hook there, then you're going to split it like this and make it tighter. You don't want it too tight. You're going to take non-dominant hand. You're going to wrap it around your pointer finger. You're going to use your thumb and your middle finger to hold the bottom. And now we're going to do a single chain. If you don't know how to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to take your hook, you're going to twist it, and you're going to pull it down, and you have your first line. Now we're going to do this 1, 2, this is the second one, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if you're having trouble or if it doesn't look exactly like this, you might have been pulling your yarn too tight, or your yarn might have been too loose, makes the stitches look different. And so what we're going to do is, now that we have this, we're going to find the first stitch. It should look like a V, and we're going to put the crochet hook right through, and we're going to take the yarn and we're going to pull it through the first one and through the second one, and it should give you a circle like this. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to ignore like the strand, because you don't really need to do that. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make one single chain, and it should look like this. Then you're gonna put your crochet hook through the hole we made, grab your yarn and pull it back through, and then you're gonna grab your yarn and you're gonna pull through both of them, and then you're gonna make 2 single chain loops like this, and it should look something like this. Alright, it should look something like this. Then what we're gonna do is a triple stitch. This might be a little more difficult. What you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap your yarn around your crochet hook twice. Then you're going to go through the hole, and then you're going to grab the yarn, and you're going to go back through the hole, then you're going to grab your yarn again, and what you're going to do is you're going to pull the yarn through 2 pieces, and then you should have 3 on your crochet hook now, and then you're going to grab the yarn again, might need to wiggle your yarn if it's getting too tight, and pull it through 2 pieces, and then grab it again, and then you should have 2 minus that one, and then pull it through those 2 until you're left with 1. And that's your first stitch. What you can do is, if it's too far away, you can push it. You can literally just move that and it moves closer. Then we're going to do another triple stitch, remember, by twisting the yarn around it twice, then going through the big hole, grabbing the yarn, pulling it back out, grabbing the yarn again, pulling it through the first 2, grabbing the yarn again, pulling it through the first 2. Remember, if you ever make a mistake along the way, you can always undo it by pulling the string after taking your crochet hook out. And then you're going to grab it, pull it through the first 2, then you should be left with 1, and then you're going to push that towards it. It should start looking like a petal, and then you're going to do it one more time, wrap it around twice, go through the hole, grab it, pull it through the hole, grab your yarn, pull it through the first 2, and then you're gonna do this, make sure it's loose, grab the yarn, pull it through the first 2,
Wait.
Alright, I've done something wrong. Just like I said, if you do something wrong, what you can do is you can pull it until you come back to an area that you know you did right. you can put your crochet hook back, and then we can do it again. So wrap it around it twice, go through the hole, grab, pull out, do the first 2 loops, and the 2 loops, and then you should do it again, and that's your third triple stitch. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna squish that towards each other, and it's gonna look like a petal, and that's gonna be your first petal out of 5. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and you're gonna do 2 single stitches, 1, 2, there we go. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to go through the big hole you made. Try not to, see, I almost did exactly what I was gonna tell you not to do. Try to go through the original hole. Do not go through the little holes that you've made. You're gonna go through the big hole, you're gonna grab your yarn, pull it through, and then you're gonna pull it through like this. And then you're gonna do 2 more stitches, 1, 2, and then you're gonna do 3 triple stitches again. 1, pulling it through, grabbing the yarn. Remember, grabbing the yarn by 2. Like that. Then grabbing it until there's 1 left. You can scoot that over just by grabbing the stitch, grabbing the hole, and pulling. And then you're going to wrap it around twice. Grab it, pull it through the hole. The first 2 stitches. The first 2 stitches, then the last 2 stitches. And so what we're gonna do is we're basically gonna repeat this 3 stitches for 3 triple stitches for each flower petal. So this would be the 3rd one. Sometimes your yarn will fray if that ever happens. Like I said, you can just take it off the hook and go back to a loop where you know you're okay with. That normally takes out, if that means taking out 1 triple stitch, or maybe 3 or 2 triple stitches, it's fine. A fresh try. And if you do, that's awesome, but it's alright if you don't. Okay, pulling it through, and pulling it through. There we go, and you pull the stitch closer together. As you can see, it's making the petals. This is the first petal, this is the second petal. Now that we have all 3 stitches, we're going to make 2 single stitches again. Put your hook through there, the hole, grab the yarn, pull it back, pull through both loops, then do 2 single stitches. 1, 2. Alright, so I've taught you basically how to create each petal. You're going to want to do this 5 times. If it looks like the petal's not going to fit, it is. Trust me, what you can do is, like I said, you're going to want to squish the stitches together to make the petals more tight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up until I get 4, and then I'm going to show you the last one to show you how it looks. Let me cut to that. Alright. And so I'm back, and I've done 4 out of the 5 petals. You might look at this and see like there might be not enough room. If yours looks more crowded, what you could do is take the petals and pull down, except for not that way, because I realized that that's where the beginning is. You just pull it this way. It should give you enough room. And then, like I said, we're going to ignore this stitch. Try not to accidentally stitch it into your creation. We're going to do the 1, oopsies, we don't want it too loose. If it gets too loose, you can always readjust it. We're gonna do the 1, 2, pull it through, pull it like that, 1, 2, oh, don't want to get my stitches too tight. And then we're going to triple. Almost did something stupid. I'll pull it through, realize that it untripled. 1, 2, hold it like that as it goes through so it doesn't unhook. Grab it, pull through. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. As you do this, you should, with the triple stitch, as you do that, you should notice that the stitches go down by 1 every time you do that. It goes from 4 to 3 to 2, and then back to 1. So you'll go wrap around twice. Hold it like this in case if it pops off. And so you're gonna pull through. Careful not to grab your extra. Grab down here, pull through, grab it, turn it from 5 at this point to 3, because there was a 4th stitch. The 5 is from the thing you grabbed. You're gonna grab your yarn, pull through the 2. From 3 it goes to 2. You're gonna grab your yarn, pull it through both of them. From 2 it goes to 1. Like you said, you see that gap, you pull that closer to the other stitches, closes that up. You can tell how many stitches you have. This is the start. This is not a triple stitch. This is a triple stitch. 1, 2, you need 1 more. So we're gonna wrap it around twice. Yep, you see that? Edge, 1 triple stitch, the 2nd triple stitch. So you're wrapping it around twice, grabbing it, pulling it through, grabbing your yarn, pulling it through the first 2, and the first 2. If it's ever a little hard, like I said, you can loosen up your yarn, helps pull it through. Then you do this, then you do 1. It should look something like this. If there's a gap, depending on how big the gap is, you can make another flower petal. Or if it's just a little gap, you can just rearrange the petals a little bit so that it covers the gap. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find your original stitch. It should be somewhere along the extra string line right here. And so what you're going to do is you're going to find that first V shape. Should be around right here. You see this right here, this hole? So it's not gonna, sometimes it won't be exact, and that's fine. You're gonna push your crochet hook through. It might be a little hard at first. You're gonna grab your yarn. You're gonna grab it. You're gonna pull it through. And then you're gonna make 1 or 2 stitches depending on how secure you want it to be. You're gonna pull it through the first 2, like this. And then I'm gonna make an extra one just to be on the safe side, like this. And then you're done. Then what you're gonna wanna do, so now that you got this, you're gonna grab this really quickly. You can use this. This is your access from your yarn. You're going to grab your scissors, and you're going to cut like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your crochet needle out. What you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the loop. You're gonna pull the string through the loop. You wanna pull as hard as you can while pulling down like this, just to make sure you got a secure knot. And then what you can do is you can cut the excess like this and this. I don't currently have one on me, but if your yarn tends to fray and you're old enough to have a lighter, you could burn the edges of this so it doesn't fray. And then you've got yourself a nice cute little flower. I hope this helped anyone trying to make flowers. I know it did for me. And I found this tutorial really easy. Thank you.